And that's actually for the PlayStation Eye, which you're going to be able to do a lot of movements with, you know, the move.
PS4, you look like an eraser. To erase all competition, some would say. But the headset, oh my god, don't get me started on that. The controllers. Really do enjoy the controllers. It feels real good. Look at that eraser shape. The vents are in the back, so it doesn't have a whole bunch of vents everywhere. I guess it doesn't need it very much. How long is it? It's around 11 inches. I need to calm down a little bit. 2 inches tall. And now the depth of it is just going to be just 12 inches around that. And the top view from the edge to edge is like pretty big, surprisingly. And that's what it looks like on the bottom. And there's the little stripe of the light that will turn on when the system's on, but there's the trackpad on the controller. I'm just basically saying what you see. And the joystick is actually kind of strong, which is pretty good, I think. And the design of the controller, I give an A+. Feels real good. So let's get more into it. In the back. And the design is very well built. It feels real good. And the triggers are actually pleasant to press. There's the all look like in my hands. I have fairly medium to small hands, so it fits very nicely. And there's the trackpad being pressed. And that's what it looks like with 2 hands. And I have to tell you that the spacing between the toggles feels so good. Like I don't have to hit my thumbs when I'm moving them anymore. And there's the clip to the headset. On and off for microphone. It's just a 3.5mm, so all you gotta do is just, you know, plug it into your controller. That's all you gotta do. Just simply push it and you're good to go. You can also use other ones like your cell phone one that you get provided by, or you know, buy another one that works for it, because this one's not that great. I mean, it works, but it's not that great. And there's the powering on. Look how bright it is. You can actually see it in the dark, very bright. I don't know if you'll like that though, but plug it in. For first time use or second controllers, you have to plug this in for it to sync to you in order to use. And just every micro USB charging will do it. And that's the power, it's just a whole cord. You just plug it in, the system and the AC chargers inside. And that's how you turn it on. I'm gonna insert a disc here, and you can listen to the noises that it makes. And that's kind of pressing down on it, but it's a touch sensitive, and that launches out the disc. You do have to kind of push a little bit more into it. But check this out, you could also stand it up without having to buy a prop for it, so you can set it that way. And there's the light indicator, which is kind of cool, but it's not like, oh my god. So here's what it looks like here on my entertainment center. Right next to the Xbox to the right. And then you can see I just turned it on, and you can't really hear it here, but it's turning on. And I have to turn on my TV. And I'm setting it to my profile. And here I'm going to be able to talk using the mic from the camera.
We can hear the music in the background. You get this little soft, you know, menu or home sound to it, so you can, you know, deal with that or go into the settings. And you do have some, let's see, where is it? Sound and system music. You can turn it off right there. And ketone, which I eventually did get tired of hearing it, but you can turn it off, and therefore you won't hear it anymore. But we'll just keep it on so you can see me moving around, because you can't see my remote right now. And then we can see PlayStation app connection settings, which I will show you here in a little bit. PS Vita connection settings, which you're going to be able to use your PlayStation Portable, which I don't have one. You can use your Vita to, you know, like your cell phone, and you're going to be able to move things around, video playback devices, which you can connect Bluetooth devices. So if I have a keyboard, I'll be able to connect it, and I'll show you here in a little bit. You know, power save settings. So if we go in here, we see set time unit turns off, set functions available in standby mode. So if we go in here, we see supply power from USB ports, which means I can charge things as my PS4 is off, connect to the internet, enable turning on PS4 from network, so you'll be able to, you know, do those things from there. And then go to the system, we see by default, I think operate PS4 with voice is enabled, and I will show you exactly what it's gonna do here. With this little dinky headset right here that you can use, that actually came with your PS4, you can plug it into here, and I'll show you the commands and what you can do by plugging it in. Battery level is getting low. As you see, it's letting me know the notification up there. I'm gonna have it up here. So now, I'm just gonna go home. I don't have to be in home, but just bring it home, and I'm gonna say, PlayStation.
Keep in mind,
those are the options. Take screenshot.
That you have to have the headset in, or use the eye.
Very fast and promptly, it actually tells you that it took it, and I can, log in.
That's if you do have the eye.
And I'll be able to choose the person. User 2.
Doesn't have too much though here.
User 2.
You can see I kind of had to repeat myself, which is normal.
Just log me into another person. Go back. Home screen. PlayStation. Instead of having to actually use this dinky little headset here, you can use your own. That's the best part, is that you don't have to use that. I right here have my Galaxy S4's headset. Plugs right into it, just like a normal headphone. PlayStation. Works just good. Home screen. PlayStation. Back to game.
You're supposed to be able to go back to game.
Home screen. Home screen. What you see on the screen is what you can do. Not a lot of options. Let's go to play a movie and see if we have any commands during the play. PlayStation. Only option. Home screen.
Don't get scared, okay? Bless me now.
Let's say I don't want these wires anymore. That's the second part. Use a Bluetooth headset. Now I got a Bluetooth device right here that I'm going to connect. I'm going to go into settings, and I will go into devices, Bluetooth devices. As you see, we got two things connected, and I'm going to switch on the Bluetooth, and I'm going to actually hold it into the searching mode. Now I can't tell if it's blinking or not, so I'm going to have to take the headset off. Yes, that's the mode. There it is. So the headset's right there. I'm going to press Enter or X. Cannot find the profile supported by the PS4. So maybe this headset won't work with it. But you should technically be able to use another Bluetooth headset like the PS3 could. Not sure what the deal was that, but it should work. Now let's open to the other application that I had, browser.
Now here I'm using PlayStation 4's browser, which you have to press triangle in order for you to go into a URL.
And here we see the keyboard. The keyboard is not that bad. And you could actually move the keyboard to the right just by using your right thumbstick. And then here's to navigate through. And you can use the D-pad as well. And here I'm going to show you that I'm going to hook up my wireless Bluetooth keyboard to the PS4. It's quite simple to do. I'm in the Bluetooth devices, and what I'm going to do is actually let my device know that I want to hook up to a device, and my PS4 should be picking up a different device that is Bluetooth, and we'll see it here on the screen. There it is, Logitech. This is the first hookup, just to show you guys. And I'm going to, with the controller, I'm going to press X, and it's going to hook up the device. You can see it's still blinking, and actually let's just see in the background. Enter the following passkey. I'm going to enter 284074, and I'm going to press Enter. And there we have it. Now I'll be able to use
Pressing down, left, right, and it works.
my Bluetooth keyboard. Enter. Let's go back into the browsing. Only problem now is that I can't get into the URL bar. There might be a button that you actually press on here, because I can't find the button to allow me to press up in the enter the URL bar. So I'm gonna use the controller, and I press triangle, and I'm gonna go over to the URL, press enter, and instead of using that keyboard, I'm gonna start using this one and be like, Android. Now it brought me here, which I don't know why, but that's no problem. With the controller, you can navigate, move up and down. There's your right stick is always to move things. Your left and right if you could, and then here's to move the actual cursor so you can, browse around and click on things. With the controller, I'm gonna press Y and go in here.
I haven't found a faster way to delete this yet.
And I'm gonna delete all this junk. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna actually full screen this. So we used to Google Chrome because you can type anything in there and it'll come up with things. So I'm just gonna press R1 here, which is gonna get me forward, and that's Google. So now I'm just gonna type in here, Android. using my keyboard. And of course, just like the browsers, you can click into images, and there we go. You can just click on the D-pad and it actually goes into the squares each link. So you can, you know, instead of having to drag it all the way up, it's not that fast. I'm sure you might be able to speed it up. I haven't just gone too far in that depth, but now obviously some controls do different things here. And if we actually press inside on the right toggle, you're gonna see that it zooms and zooms and then it goes back. So you got two different zooms here. And you can navigate and see the whole entire thing. And let's see if it plays video. Why don't we play some NKBHD videos here? Adobe Flash Player is required for video playback. Get the latest Flash Player. Now I know that you can play it, so let's go back.
I haven't tried updating.
And go to another video to show you that it does play.
But this is the weird part. It plays other videos, just not that one.
There you go. Video playing. So you can watch YouTube videos. Now I'm gonna press the home button.
I'm the tech lead for the Android developer.
That's how fast it switched
I'm
over.
here to dig beneath the delicious chocolate shell of the latest flavor of Android.
I can't see the video though.
Goodness at the center of the new
But I'm gonna tap again on the home,
a 0.1 increase in version
double
number,
tap,
but it turns
and it
out
goes
that a
right
small
back to it.
increase-
Within any application or any video or game I'm at, I can just press home and it'll go right to it. Now this will jump right to the last thing. So now I'm gonna do two different things. Now I'm gonna go into the playroom, and since I'm in a different application here, I'm gonna press home once, and it goes right back to the home. Press it home again, goes right back to this one. Now I'm just gonna double tap on the middle PlayStation button, and then it goes right to the last application I was in, and double tap, it goes right back to where this was, and it works very well. So now that I, showed you that navigating is very quickly, very responsive, and I haven't seen any slowdowns. But I want to go into messages, and I'm going to show you what I really enjoyed about the messaging system on PS4. You can go into create a message, and you could, message to anyone that you have of your friends list. But I'm going to continue on to this conversation here. And just like your cell phone, what you're used to, you have conversations just like this. You can see by timeline, and then you can actually listen to voice messages. And let's press this.
So I'm testing out the headset, and it's kind of ghetto if you ask me. It feels Dollar Tree material. Barely fits in my ear, but I definitely want to test out this dank little system here.
And he says that's exactly what I said. I can use anything as one, which is true. And in this section right here, I actually use my microphone from my cell phone, and I will show you the PlayStation app here in a little bit.
I think I'm now using my phone to record because I'm using the app.
Just testing out the quality of the Nexus 4 headphone mic.
So it sounds really good. Obviously other ones are going to sound a lot better than other ones, but you can see the conversation. I love that you can just go through this. It's really cool. And let's go into the here, select screenshot. We can send him a screenshot of the playroom, and then we'll select that one. And you have to go to send, and it'll send like, what you see. So he'll get this and see if he replies or not. But we can go into it and look at the picture, and that's how it is. And then we can go to record voice. I plugged in my Galaxy S4 headset. I'm gonna record. This is an entirely new headset that I'm using my Galaxy S4. So let me know how this sounds like. And I can go to play. This is an entirely new headset that I'm using my Galaxy S4. So let me know how this sounds like. Sounds pretty good. And I'm gonna have to go back into send so I can send it, and he should be able to get that. All right, now here,
You can download this on Android and your iPhone.
I'm gonna open the PlayStation app and show you how it's gonna react to my PlayStation 4. It has found the PlayStation 4. So what I'm gonna do is actually go into this section here, and I can press power. The PS4 will enter standby mode. I'm gonna press cancel. Click on second screen. And then second screen, if I have a game that allows me to see what's going on here, I'll be able to function and do different things. But what I'm going to do is click on this very left corner. And here we have controls. Now I'm going to start navigating just by swiping the screen. You'll see that it moves the background like a controller. So if my PS4 controller is dead, I can use this to navigate as well. The internet browser, and I'm going to press inside, and it launches it. The only thing is that you can't really control the browser. Press the button and it goes home. And goes home. And to get out, we have to press X. You don't have anything to launch and go to like your applications or anything to switch through real quickly, but you do get to just maneuver your PlayStation around. Obviously right here we got the notifications that we'll be able to receive and go into it. Go into messages, and here we have it. This is my conversation of the messaging. Now I don't have to be in this screen to be able to text or message people. So right here I can just be like, just another test. Press enter and it's gonna send. And then he'll be able to read, and you can actually listen into here as well.
That I'm using my Galaxy S4, so let me know how this sounds like.
And now let's leave him a message here. Voice. And let's press. I am now using my Galaxy S4. Let's press stop and let's press play.
I am now using my Galaxy S4.
A cool way to, message each other. Go into the PSN, you'll see what's new. You can check on your friend, check out your trophies, go to your profile, and see your stats. And you can go to links, which actually goes into the browser mode, which uses an internal browser for you to check out and discover new things that your PS4 can do. It's not as great intuitive as the Xbox One, but at least you have a little control system here. Now here's a little bit more about the controller, is that we have a share button up here on the left, and we press it.
You can share your stuff even while you're playing your games.
We're gonna get into how do you want to share your experience. So you see upload screenshot, which I took this screenshot, upload video clip, or broadcast gameplay, so you can share your gameplay and let people, able to tune in. Now we see here, this is actually running. It won't continue playing, but we can press options and we can close the application and maybe say yes. So it'll stop running in the background so that it's not waiting for you to come back to it, and I have to just reload it again. Let's go home. Let's go back to options, close application, yes, and it's done. Now let's check out the games in the Play Store, and I will show you how many launch games. Obviously here you're not going to be able to play PlayStation 3 games. You can upgrade certain of your PlayStation 3 games to be able to play them on your PS4, but they're still not backwards compatible, so you can't do that. We got 3 in each row, so we got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39. So roughly we have around 40 games here, but only around 5 games are free to play, and I did have one downloaded. So let's go home and go into Backlight Retribution. Free game here. It does take a little bit to, run through its setup. I'm just gonna go into play game. Let's go into team deathmatch. We're gonna go into begin game. And this game does not show justice of the PS4 graphics, because Battlefield 4 just shows how much crazily good controller rumbles when you shoot. So this is just like a little Call of Duty Halo type of feel game. I might not be describing it very well, but it's a free game, so if you're waiting for a game like me and aren't patient, at least you got these games that you can play. One thing I do notice is that this is a download, it's not a disc. But if I turn it, you can see little chopments, this little chopness in there. But that's just the game, it's not the actual PS4. Because I play Battlefield, and actually let's go launching Battlefield. Let's go see how quickly you can launch into that. So where it's at, it's all the way towards the end here. I think you might be able to move it. Let's go into it and let's go into start. You can't run the application at the same time, as in it's gonna have to close it in order for you to play a different game. Close it before you can continue this game. But there we go. When this controller dies, I have to physically charge it, so I have to connect it into here. The cord is only 6 feet at most, but the best part is that you're just using a USB. Very quickly plugs into there, and it'll start charging. And I can obviously still use it, so we'll let this charge. So this is what it looks like when you're using the controller. You get this little blue indication here, and that's actually for the Eye, the PlayStation Eye, which you're going to be able to do a lot of movements with, the Move controller, that ball, the big round ball it had. That is the same light that you had on that. So this would be the movements of how accurate it picked you up using the Eye. I unfortunately do not have the Eye because it's not available. I tried looking everywhere, called everywhere. No one has gotten shipments for it, so I have to deal without it. But the only difference is that I'm not going to be able to show you the game, but I'll show you a game clip right here of what you can do. Also, another thing, Since this is blue, and if there's 3 more players, they're going to be changing color. It's going to be indications of different controllers. Also, another thing about the controller is that there's a speaker right here, and this speaker has sound coming from the games, so if you pay attention to that, you will. I think that sums it up pretty much. I mean, it's not a big learning curve for any new user, but these are all like your pins where you have things opened up on. Really nice system. It's fast, definitely fast, and I'm gonna say it, I love the controller. It's so much better than the DualShock 3. Use the toggles and not run my thumbs into each other. I love that part. The triggers are way better than it was before. The placements for my, oh man, it just feels good. You're gonna be upgrading pretty soon. I would say wait a few months until like 6 months along the line where more games are going to be coming out. Upgrades are going to be fixed and you're going to have more features put on. So what I'm showing you at this moment is like their launch stuff. So, you know, that's what happens with both systems that you're going to have to deal with. PlayStation. Power. Turn off PS4.
And there you guys have it. This is my review of a real person. I hope you liked it. Make sure you leave me a comment below, and share this, and tune in next time to see what I bring.